Hello everybody, welcome to Sterling Channel 19 as we are here for some boys soccer as the Sterling Silver Knights take on the Haddonfield Bulldogs. We're out here on the turf, current weather conditions, 71 degrees, winds blowing northwest at 10 miles an hour, humidity at 87%, today's forecast is mostly cloudy. Hopefully we can get some sun a little later. Look at the Colonial Liberty standings, West Deptford leading the way at 4-0, behind them is the Haddon Heights Garnets at 2-1. Then it's Haddonfield at 2-3, Sterling at 2-2, Haddon Township at 1-2, and then Collingswood all the way at the bottom at 1-3. Look at the game notes today. Haddonfield leads the series 12-6-5. Sterling's last win against Haddonfield was back in September of 2022. Haddonfield's last win was in October of 2022. Sterling this year outscoring opponents 9-4. Haddonfield outscoring opponents 17-12. Haddonfield has won 2 of their last 3 games. Sterling has won 3 of their last 5. Look at the points leaders for the Knights. Quentin Rosano leads the way, 4 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. Then it's John Bright, 4 points, 2 goals, no assists. Then Rob Toomey, 3 points, 1 goal, 1 assist. Same thing for Anthony Ortiz. Then it's Brett Bellows at 2 points, 1 goal. And then you see your other stat leaders. Look at Haddonfield. Andrew Gavayan leads the way for the Bulldogs, 13 points, 5 goals, 3 assists. And then Dare Roddy at 9 points, 2 goals, 5 assists. Walters and McCool both with 3 goals and 6 points. And Carlson, Hart, and a bunch of them are on your screen there. Take a look at the turf field. Usually you'll see some football being played on here, but for the first time this year, we're getting some soccer action out here on the turf.
Yeah, I'm really excited just to watch some soccer today. I think it's going to be a great matchup between these two teams. And Sterling, defensively has been very good. They've only allowed 4 points. I mean, Travis Schmidt has been rock solid in net. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do against this Haddonfield offense.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a great game today, and hopefully Sterling can pull out a big win.
Glad you're with us here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McLaurin, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Warrington here in the booth. Again, Sterling 2-2 on the year. They're 0-1 at home this year. Haddonfield, they're 0-1 on the road. So either way this goes, one of these teams will be getting their first wins either at home or away. We are underway here at the Castle. The Knights will start on the offense. They'll work toward the near side. And a nice defensive play as they'll get an early shot at it, but Sterling will take it back, just trying to clear it away. Clear it up the middle. Some nice speed offensively for the Knights, but now Haddonfield will take over. Both these teams very aggressive groups of ball players. I think with both these teams playing on the turf, it can definitely hold a big advantage for both sides. And remember, both these teams play on the yellow line, so if they go towards that blue, which is usually the sideline for football, that is still in play. That one goes out of play, and it will be Dean Collins with the throw-in. So Sterling working around midfield. He was looking for Quentin Rosano up the field, but he gets taken away. And now the Bulldogs will work on the far side. Sterling still with possession. Nice job of ball control by Jason Camardo. Sterling still working up the far side. Camardo working against a couple defenders. He crosses it over and a trip up by Blanco. Ball being juggled around. It will go out of play towards the near side. It'll be a Bulldog throw-in.
So far in this game, I mean, both teams have been passing the ball. Not any long, deep stretch passes, but a lot of short, quick passes just to advance up the field. It's something to keep looking at here. See if either team's trying to switch it up and go for the deep ball or just keep going short here.
Early chance here for the Knights. First shot of the game goes right into the arms of the keeper, Brady Norton, the senior.
Kind of funny, as I was saying that, it was a little stretch pass through the middle there that just got on Robbie's foot. Gave a nice little attempt at it, but overall a great save by the goalie.
Yeah, I know just talking to some of the players and stuff, they say that the field's going to play differently than the normal field.
Yeah, I think this first half is just going to be a matter of both just kind of feeling the turf out, because both teams aren't really used to it. I'm sure Haddonfield hasn't really done many things on this field in terms of soccer, and Sterling hasn't either. This is their first time playing on the new turf.
Yeah, they have a little bit of advantage with the regular field. It's a little wider, and they can play their game here. They're going to see what we have to do today.
And I think they switched it to the turf today due to the weather, as it was raining pretty hard for the majority of this morning. Chance here for Rosano. He crosses toward the middle. Working to the far side is Camardo. He gets it taken away from him. And right now the Bulldogs will take over.
And definitely when you're playing on turf, it is an adjustment to your game. I mean, you have to even wear new cleats, and you got to adjust to all the bounces, all the interesting things that could happen on the turf. So it is a very interesting adjustment, to say the least. You got to make sure that you're ready and come prepared for this game.
Yeah, the ball isn't really going to stop a lot. It's going to more like glide across the turf. You're never really going to get a lot of stoppages. So I think that's just one thing both of these teams are going to have to get used to as the game goes on.
Yeah, definitely got to expect the ball on your foot quicker. And
the Bulldogs will just pass it back to their keeper, Norton, just to try and get some space. Norton boots it away, and it will go out of play around midfield.
just looking around the field here, you can see how almost young the Sterling team is here. I believe they graduated 12 seniors last year.
Yeah, it's pretty much a completely new roster.
And it's definitely, that's such a cool thing to bring up because of how well Marley's has done with, I'm going to use a baseball term here, the farmhouse, or because it is so cool to see these younger players get all these varsity minutes, and, you know, good for a lot of these players. And they've honestly done a great job so far for Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, besides obviously guys like Robbie Toomey and Travis Schmidt staying, you're getting pretty much a whole different roster, so it gives Marley's a chance to see some new types of player skill sets as that first shot by Haddonfield misses wide to the right.
I mean, definitely. I mean, Max Bleem got some time last year as a sub, but big names just like Jake Cromardo and Victor John and all those kids had to go. And I mean, it's just so cool to see them adjust to what's going on here in Sterling. And another great name is Jason Cromardo, who also got a lot of time last year, scored a big goal in the playoffs for Sterling. But it is so cool to see Marley's and with their development in the system, and, you know, such a great thing for Sterling.
Yeah, definitely. This year, Quentin Rosano taking his opportunity and doing well with it. I see he leads the team in points as of right now.
So that booted by the keeper for the Bulldogs. Sterling still with it. Just one shot on goal for both squads as we enter about 5.5 minutes into this first half.
Definitely a midfield controlled game so far. They haven't really gotten to either sides here, but I think for both coaches that's what you kind of want to do at the moment, because you want to feel out the field, get your players used to what they're going to do, and map out a little game plan, feel out both of the teams.
Yeah, haven't really seen too much work on the far side as of recently until that throw-in. So I think it's just all these teams trying to feel out the different aspects of the field, and I think we're going to gravitate towards more sideline type work as this game moves on.
But it's definitely looking like both of these teams are very patient. You know, a lot of teams can get impatient and try and shoot or get the ball deep very quickly. But I think it's very impressive what both of these teams are doing. You know, keeping these short passes and not trying to force anything straight to the net.
Yeah, I mean, I know with every sport here at Sterling, it's always a tough game. Haddonfield comes, no matter what sport it is. They always put up a great fight, so.
Haddonfield trying to clear it away. They'll get a shot and an easy goal. I mean, just nothing Schmidt could do right there, and the Bulldogs will take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, that was just perfectly placed right in the corner. Nothing Trav could do there.
Andrew Gavayan on the goal. That's the senior forward. I believe that makes it, maybe his 6th goal this year.
Correct. And you can see how much of an impact he's had on this team with those 6 goals. He also leads the team in points and 2nd in assists. So very impressive senior campaign for Andrew.
I believe Andrew is also a part of that basketball team at Haddonfield.
Beautiful boot down the field. Take one more look at the goal. I mean, you see Schmidt gravitate towards that right side, and just a beautiful job of switching directions by Gavayan to easily put that one through. There's still plenty of game here. Haddonfield just with a 1-0 lead, and Sterling.
Looks like a foul was called there, and by the looks of it, doesn't look like Sterling agreed.
First whistle we've heard today. Booted away by O'Donnell. That was a nice boot, too. Haddonfield just kind of juggling it around. They stay with possession. A nice pass toward the middle. That shot just had way too much on it. We'll take a look at it.
And now we're starting to see Haddonfield advance more towards Sterling's area. I think they got the map on Sterling here, and I think they're trying to get into their zone as much as they can, trying to pepper on shots with Travis, because you're not going to get much by him. He's a very good goalie. So I think what Haddonfield's doing here is very, very smart.
Yeah, now that Haddonfield has the lead, they can start playing more offensive, putting pressure on the defense. Let's see how Sterling responds here.
Just about 8 minutes into this first half. Haddonfield leading this one early, 1-0. Just the 5th goal given up by the Knights this year. Marner was working with it, but he gets it taken away. So far, Haddonfield looking really aggressive, looking really fast to start this game. They're not afraid of these Knights. It looks like they're taking a lot of their shots in the middle of the field, just trying to set up their offensive sets in the middle and not trying to take their stuff from the sideline. Now and eventually booted away by Schmid as we get a whistle. Sounds like, yep, pretty clear offsides for Haddonfield, so Sterling will boot this one away.
Sterling's still kind of playing the midfield game here. I mean, not much that they can do, but they haven't really tried to move the ball into Haddonfield's territory. I think they're just kind of trying to play it safe, which is kind of the smart thing to do here. You want to make sure that they can't pepper more shots on Travis, making sure he stays, energized early. But at one point, you're going to have to get pressure on this Haddonfield defense.
Yeah, this type of thing isn't really going to work for long. I mean, at the end of the day, you do have to try and start pushing it towards that Haddonfield defense, get some pressure on them, because this game isn't tied anymore. So eventually you're going to have to get some aggression going on the Haddonfield side and try and respond. It's a long throw in.
Good opportunity here down in Haddonfield's area.
Trying to cross it toward the middle, but blocked.
I believe that's a corner.
That'll be the first corner of this game. I mean, so far, Haddonfield's been playing the ball defensively very well. Across him, it's a bullet. Then deflected away. There's a shot.
Looks like Dean Collins just got a little too much of it.
Yeah. Just kind of swinging his leg and hopefully just pretty much setting up a prayer right there.
I don't mind the attempt, though. I mean, you got to get a shot on goal. Just set the tone for the game here, and I think that was a good attempt by Dean Collins. So, just put something on the net.
I believe it's only Sterling's second shot to this point. First one was a light, easy roller to the keeper, Norton. That one's sent upfield. Collins gets there easily to try and clear it. Bulldogs trying to stay with it. A nice slide.
Good takeaway by the defense.
Max Bleem right there with the takeaway. Haddonfield quickly gets it back, however. Crosses it toward the middle. Goes off the head of Ortiz. Sterling just trying to get it out. They do it momentarily. And now Haddonfield just trying to get some space. Nice job by Quentin Rosano staying on the ball, trying to use his speed. Haddonfield does get it back.
Quentin Rosano there, not only using his speed, but using his size advantage. I've stood next to that kid, and he's not a small kid. He's around 6'1", 6'2", so he's a pretty big guy. And, you could see him next to that defender there, kind of shoving him away from the ball, using his strength to his advantage.
And unlike previous years, Sterling is not a very big team this year. They had a lot of taller guys, relying a lot on their mix of strength and speed. But now, I think with the size disadvantage this year, a lot of the younger guys, they're going to have to rely on that speed a lot more this year. And a nice job by Rosano to take that ball away from the Bulldogs offense.
Yeah, definitely, Brian. And I mean, just thinking 2 years back, you had Mike Berkeley, Mike Ermel, and all those guys who were well over 6 foot. So.
And Tank Maroney too. I mean, he was
a beast.
He was a beast. He was a big kid.
Called him Tank for a reason.
Oh yeah, Justin Maroney, his actual name, but Tank the nickname, obviously.
this team's built a lot around speed, and they're using it well so far this season.
Ball working toward midfield. Nice job by DeVita to stay with it. I think right now Haddonfield's definitely dominating their time with possession to start this first half. Almost 13 minutes into it. Haddonfield on top of the Knights 1-0. Long pass up the field. Trying to send it up for the speedy Connor Maynard. Eventually goes out of play.
Connor Maynard, the freshman forward, I've been seeing flying up both of these sides. He is a fast kid. Seeing him against some of these Haddonfield defenders, he may not have the size or the strength, but that kid is moving.
Yeah, just looking at the score sheet, he has 1 goal this year, and I believe it was the biggest one of the year down at Vineland. He hit the overtime winner.
You love the young guys making an impact, do we?
Rob Toomey with a long throw-in. You could pretty much call that a corner kick with how far that one went. You can follow us at Sterling TV 19 on our Twitter. All news all around the school and all of our sporting events, as well as whenever we go live. You can figure that out by following us at Sterling TV 19 on Twitter, aka X now.
X.
Might have to update that promo to say X now. Nice boot toward the middle of the field. Haddonfield trying to keep it in. They do. Now Sterling just trying to clear it away. And also, what we haven't mentioned about being out here on the turf, us here on the broadcast get a different view of this team. We're up here in the booth now instead of being pretty much on the sideline with both benches to our right and left. We get to see a whole different view of these two teams as we have the benches on the other side this time.
I can't lie. I kind of like it a lot better.
I do too. I was saying this before the broadcast. We get a different view, and I think it's just like an overall. Like I was saying, like all the players look a lot smaller, but I think that's like to our advantage. We get to see a whole lot more of the action this way.
Weird reference, but I'll get to the point in a minute. It's kind of like the nosebleed seats. You get to see all the things going on.
That one eventually cleared by Schmid.
Looks like a rough takedown over there on Bright John. Not sure if it was called or not, but clearly.
I'm kind of surprised it wasn't. I didn't think he was. It didn't look like that Sam Carlson, who was the Bulldog on that play, was going for it. I think, at least from the way it looked, I think it looked a little bit intentional.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Brian.
The way he leant into the defender, I mean, that kind of looked like he was going for the defender and less for the ball there, so. Definitely could go either way, but looked a little intentional.
But I mean, our opinions don't really matter. It's all about the guys in the highlighter shirts and the black shorts. Trying to get a shot on goal was the Bulldogs, but scooped up by Schmid. Take a look at it. It was a nice shot. Pretty easy for Schmid to scoop it up.
Beautiful pass from Rob Toomey there.
Sterling with a chance. Here's Maynard working on the near side. Eventually gets tripped up. Ref's letting him play a lot.
Definitely been a physical game.
Yeah, these Bulldogs very physical. As I said earlier, Andrew O'Donnell was the senior defender working against Maynard there. You can follow Sterling Channel 19 on our Facebook page. Find out whenever we go live, as also whenever we upload on YouTube. All highlights, commercials, and more. You can find that when you follow Sterling TV 19 on our Facebook page. So, if you're just joining us, I'm Brian McLaren, joined by Dan Leake and Connor Warrington. Haddonfield with a 1-0 lead over the Knights, a little over 17 minutes into this first half. As it'll be the first kick for the Bulldogs, the first corner kick for the Bulldogs upcoming. And injured player is Andrew O'Donnell, the senior. He was involved with Connor Maynor on play. There's the keeper for the Knights, Travis Schmid, who's been very dominant this year. He's only allowed 5 goals this season. The 5th coming in this one, obviously.
Yeah, Andrew O'Donnell, when he was laying down, was clutching his hamstring. Maybe could be a cramp, maybe something else, but let's just hope he's okay.
I mean, he's walking under his own power, so I could only really imagine that's what it is.
Those hamstring cramps are not fun.
Pain in the butt, man.
Pain in the butt.
This is actually a Sterling corner kick, not a Bulldog one, and that one goes right into the arms of Brady Norton. Norton puts it immediately back in play. Bulldogs work toward the near side.
We're good, guys. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Sent up field goes through the legs of Collins. Sterling able to get possession back. Nice pass up to Toomey. Toomey working against a few defenders. He sends it upfield for Maynor. Maynor with a shot, and Maynor's shot just misses.
That was a very close shot from Maynor. What a attempt to get the ball in the back of the net there, as we're going to look at the replay here.
I mean, a great setup there by Toomey. He led Maynor to the ball perfectly, and Maynor just trying to switch the direction of his shot. And just did a little bit too much, missed it wide to the left.
And just to add on to how important this game is, look at the schedule ahead. Sterling has West Defford Thursday, who is 4-0 right now.
We'll have that covered live on Channel 19 on Thursday. Chance here for the Knights. Gets away from the keeper, and the shot is bobbled up in the air. Gets away. Sterling's shot no good.
Looks like a pinball down there.
The refs let it go. And somehow, even when the ball gets by the keeper, Norton.
A terrific attempt from Sterling there. Quentin Rosano leading the charge there as Connor Maynor and Jason Camardo get 2 taps on it. And as Connor said, it really did look like a pinball there.
Yeah,
what
just
a attempt from Sterling. Wow.
Just being juggled around like crazy and eventually going off the football goalpost.
Even more impressive, the Haddonfield defense and the goalie just to make sure that that ball doesn't go in.
Corner kick, that one goes through.
Looks like Bright John puts it in the back of the net.
As Anthony Ortiz takes him down.
Bright John just... he took a little tumble at the end.
No, I think Anthony Ortiz hit him.
Nice answer back by Bright John as he heads that goal in and ties this game up at 1.
I think the momentum was definitely starting to shift in Sterling's favor after that pinball in front of the net, as we're going to take another look at the replay here. Just a great ball by Robbie Toomey. Finds Bright's head right in the center and just taps it in right past the goalie. Very clean, very simple, but great play from Sterling.
I mean, that's just a textbook definition of answering back. A great corner by Toomey. Finds the head of Bright John perfectly, puts it in the back left corner, and we are tied at 1. And we've now reached the halfway point of the first half. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19. This game now tied up at 1. And after what seems to be a pinball version of just the ball just bouncing around, Sterling not able to score after the goalie went out of net. Sterling just not letting that frustrate them too much and execute the corner kick to tie it up.
It was a beautiful corner kick from Robbie Toomey, who's been taking all the corner kicks from both sides thus far.
Toomey with throw in there, it gets by Brett Bellows. Norton will just roll it out to Lucas Bonder. Haddonfield working on the far side. Going sent up the middle of the field. Sterling just trying to clear it away. It eventually goes out.
And a phenomenal effort from Freddie Toomcow as he just rushes up the field, tries to get to that ball. A great defensive effort from Anthony Garcia, but, you know, just a textbook defensive play.
He's still in.
Henry Hall, the freshman, subbing in for the Bulldogs. Sent up the middle of the field. Nice clear away by Garcia. Eventually goes out, so it'll be a Bulldog throwing.
The Bulldogs definitely picking up the pace here a little bit. They had the momentum to start the game, but as of the past 10-5 minutes, Sterling has really come back, dragged this game back in their favor, and the Bulldogs definitely getting to where they want to be now.
Throw in from far side. And that one deflected right into the arms of Schmidt.
We're going to watch the replay here, and just a great collect save from Travis. And he's been doing this all year. Travis Schmidt, definitely the rock of this Sterling defense. And he just shows it there with that textbook collect save.
Yeah, Sterling definitely has a very talented defensive line in front of him as well.
And, I mean, filled with scorers, too, as we saw from Bright John there, getting up and heading that corner kick in. Normally plays in the back end, but got up there for the corner.
So this will be the first corner kick for the Bulldogs today. About 23 minutes in to this first half. Haddonfield looking to get this lead back. They were up 1-0. Sterling able to tie it up just a few minutes ago. That eventually just juggled and bounced out of play. You see Sterling Channel 19. You can follow us on YouTube. Find out whenever we go live. Tune into all of our live sporting events on YouTube, as well as watch some of our amazing commercials.
Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell.
So Haddonfield trying to keep possession. Ooh. nice shove by Ortiz. Sent up the field. He was looking for Wesley Reich. Eventually cleared away. Wow.
Definitely an aggressive game from both sides here. I mean, just both sides pushing, shoving. I mean, the refs haven't been calling much at all, making it pretty fun for the kids to play out there, which is, you love to see it.
Yeah, part of me is actually kind of surprised at how aggressive this game has gotten.
I mean, Haddonfield and Sterling have been longtime rivals for a really long time.
That is true.
But nothing much said during the pregame stuff and on social media, so it's been interesting.
Yellow line, I know.
Ref having to remind that the throw-in is on the yellow line. They're kind of used to the. I mean, most of these kids on the soccer team, they're also big super fans of watching the football team out here, so I think they're kind of used to the sidelines ending at that blue/gray line instead of the yellow.
Having the Hawaiian shirt theme out for the football team last Friday. Very cool to see how many people showed up.
And I think on the Superfans Instagram account, they had people vote on what the next theme should be. I think the options were either Western or 2000s.
I think 2000s has the lead right now, the last time I checked. But
yeah, I think it was split, I think, around 50-50. I voted for Western because I just thought that'd be different.
That'd be cool.
That would be pretty neat. I'd love to show up in a cowboy hat for the broadcast.
I'd love to see people, come in like cowboy boots and stuff like that too. I think that would be pretty creative.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, 2000s could be fun too.
It actually looks like 2000s has won.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know what the percentages are?
No, it just says 2000s theme.
Gotcha.
Huh. Brian, what are you gonna do for 2000s theme?
I don't know. I'll have to think, because like for the Hawaiian theme, I didn't actually wear anything. I just got one of the lays, which I kind of figured that Sterling would have. That shot a bullet right into the hands of Travis Schmidt. Big save. He just gets it right back into play. A nice clear by Dean Collins. So it'll be a throw-in, I think.
Looks like.
See right there, Coach Marley's out on the sideline. As we were talking about earlier, Marley's dealing with pretty much a whole different roster. I mean, besides Robbie Toomey and, of course, Travis Schmidt, a lot of these guys are very young, and he doesn't have a lot of his go-to guys like he did last year. So pretty much a new team that he's dealing with here.
It's very impressive to see the well-oiled machine that Sterling has. So I hope that this can continue for the future, but man, they've looked good these past couple years.
That's a great save right there from Schmidt. Jumps over the defender and grabs it right from him.
You could say he mossed him right there.
Yeah.
And I think Dan was going to say that, but I
yeah,
kind of
the
beat
Sunday
him
Night
to it.
Football segment, you got mossed.
Goes off the head of a Haddonfield defender. Skied in the air, goes out of play. Almost hits one of our crowd mics.
Actually heads into the bleachers.
Thank God our crowd mic is all right.
You can follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19. See some behind the scenes of all of our Tech Crew events, all of our sporting events, and much more. And you can find all that when you follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19. This broadcast is the first broadcast I've actually had to read promos for.
Really?
Haddonfield here with a chance. That shot is good. Gets by the hands of Travis Schmidt. And the Bulldogs get the lead back. It's 2-1.
You know, Travis Schmidt, I think, I'm not going to presume before we see the replay here, I think he may have gotten a piece of that one, which, I mean, it was such a powerful shot as we're going to see here. May have gotten a little piece of it, but such a powerful shot from Jack Walters, the senior forward. And there's really nothing you can do about that one. Kind of like the goals earlier, similar. Connor Warrington to the right of me said that just placed it perfectly in the corner, and that was another one placed perfectly in the corner.
That's Walters' fourth goal of the year. So now 2-1 Haddonfield lead.
See the replay.
It's a nice move there and puts a powerful shot on net. And yeah, not much Travis could do there.
You're right, Dan. He does get a little piece of it with his hand, but I think either way, even if he didn't, that would have been a really tough shot to save right there.
That shot was a powerful shot.
A bullet right off his foot. And kind of just gets by DeVita. So there'll be a throw in here for the Knights. Throw in by Connor Maynard.
Just looking down the score sheet here, Haddonfield already up to 19 goals on the season.
That's a lot of goals, man.
That's 9 more than Sterling has this year. Their 1 goal today puts them at 10 on the year.
Here we go.
Throw in here by Maynard, looking for Bellows. Tried to cross it toward the middle, but cleared away by that Bulldogs defense. Almost 30 minutes into this first half. Again, Haddonfield with a 2-1 lead. That goes out of play. There'll be a throw in here for Anthony Ortiz. Bellows was there trying to juggle it in the air. Haddonfield just trying to clear it away.
Pinballing around right now for Haddonfield and Sterling, just bouncing from head to head, toe to toe. And really hasn't been a person who got the ball until just now.
There's a good setup there for Jack Walters, who scored the most recent goal for Haddonfield as we take a look at it.
Just a great clearance by Anthony Garcia, just getting that ball out of there, preventing something bad of happening. That was a great play from the defender.
You throw in here for Roddy, senior midfielder. Long throw in. Sterling trying to clear it away. They do. That was dangerous right there. Haddonfield here with a chance. They keep it in play.
Sterling looking for an offsides call there.
That shot off the head. It was off the head of Collins, but eventually we get an offsides call.
I think they got the offsides that they wanted there finally.
It's good. Got it through the goalpost.
The offsides call was in a couple seconds before that one. They let the play out, making sure there wasn't another foul that had to be called.
Collins working with it, going toward the middle of the field. Had 3 defenders on him, got it out to Garcia. Garcia boots it away. That one goes off the head of Goddard. Nice clear. Send it upfield. That was for Carlson. Eventually goes out of play. Sterling with a couple substitutions. Rob Toomey will check back in. We'll check in for Brett Bellows.
And the other sub, I think, is junior Jesus Blanco. Subbing in for Jason Camardo.
That one booted away. And that shot just way off the mark, goes out of bounds. About 7.5 to go unofficially here in this first half as the sun is starting to come out. You can order a DVD of your favorite Sterling Channel 19 event. Just $20 per event plus $3 for mailing. Please include the name of the event. And also head to our email at Sterling TV or TV19 sterling.k12/ whatever the rest of it says.
I think it was .nj.us.
Yeah, these emails are getting too confusing nowadays.
I agree.
I mean, for us students, it's just our first last name at sterlingknights.net.
But for some other people, like the administration, the staff, it could be from a different email, could be from somewhere else. So it does get a little confusing nowadays.
So Walter's working up against a couple defenders. He's trying to stay with it. Just only able to keep it in play for now, but that eventually sent out.
That was a great play there by Dean Collins. Let the defender get by him, chase him down, and got the ball back.
Definitely, Sterling defense has played very well this game. I mean, apart from the 2 goals that did unfortunately go in, they have not had a bad game. They've been communicating. Their passes have been sublime. And so it's been very nice to see Sterling play this game. As the sun is poking out a little bit now, Brian. You are correct. Do-do-do-do.
Haddonfield looking for some space, sends it up the field. See if we can get a cross. Sterling can't keep it in. And it looks like we'll have a corner. Take a look at the replay there. It was a good effort by Garcia to try and keep it in. But now this corner very important for Haddonfield. If they want to try and get another goal here before the half, that would be a big statement goal for them, as they'll have a more comfortable lead.
Definitely, and this corner is a big corner for both teams. Sterling making sure they don't get that goal because that put them in a bad spot going into halftime.
So it looks like Haddonfield's going to space themselves out. Now they're all running toward the goal. Nice job by Sterling to clear it out. Haddonfield looking for another chance, trying to get some open space as they still work on the far side.
It's a great play by Rosano there to get the ball back for the Knights.
Definitely showing a lot of effort here. I mean, in a one-on-one in the corner, just making sure that ball is Sterling's.
Yeah, I think the Bulldog player was looking for a whistle, as it looked like Rosano shoved him out of play, but nothing on that one. Refs are letting them play a lot. Haven't really called too much.
Definitely a bit of a hit stick there from Quentin Rosano. Football was on Friday, Quentin. I don't think it was today.
I mean, this is technically football.
American football was on Friday.
So that one goes out of play. We'll take a look. Take a look at it. Ooh, look at that.
Just looks like Rosano lost track of where he was running. The defender didn't see him and took him down.
I think vice versa. I don't think Quentin saw the defender either. I think he was just trying to play the ball. And the ball may have scurried away from him a little bit there, but I don't think he meant to hit the defender. But still a big hit regardless.
I definitely like the no call there.
Kind of keeps things consistent.
And definitely branching off a little bit what Brian said. These refs really are letting the kids play. I mean, there's been a couple of collisions, maybe a couple pushes that could be called, but refs are just kind of letting the kids do what they want.
I mean, maybe if it were to be getting a little chippy as the game would go on, I think maybe they would start calling it. But overall, it hasn't really been getting chippy from what I've seen. Obviously, we have a different view up here, but for the most part, I'm not seeing a lot of extracurricular stuff going on. I think that Haddonfield sideline was looking for them to get the throw in. But it'll be Sterling's throw in instead.
Looking to make wouldn't say a goal here, but they definitely need some offensive momentum here for Sterling. They haven't been really on this side of the field in a while, so let's hope that they can get something going here with this free kick.
Definitely, with just under 3 minutes, it looks like to go here. Unofficially, this would be a really big goal if they can get one.
Sterling here with a chance. Shot toward the middle on a nice save by Brady Norton. That was a big save for the Bulldogs.
And as we were just saying, I mean, what Connor and I just both said, that'd been huge if they got a goal there, but definitely a big save from Brady Norton there, the senior goalie.
So that one rolls out of play as we're approaching the last few minutes here in this first half. Haddonfield with a 2-1 lead over the Knights.
And not a bad half for both teams. I mean, Sterling got that one goal, but has played some pretty stellar defense. And on the flip side, Haddonfield hasn't allowed a lot in their zone, but has been playing some really, really, really good attack offense right now. So both teams are having a pretty good half, if I do say so myself.
I mean, honestly, I think the difference is that I think Sterling were just a little bit more patient to start the game, and I think Haddonfield kind of just got the gist of the new turf a little bit quicker than the Knights did, and I think that just gave them that early advantage. Obviously got that early goal about 7 minutes in.
And I think Sterling's playing a little bit more of a midfield passive game. They're just trying to get the small passes to get themselves up there, but with that many passes, there are turnovers, which limits their chances to score.
Here's Toomey with it. Nice ball control. Now Haddonfield just clearing it away. Booted up in the air by Ortiz. Still working around the midfield or so.
It's a nice play by Camardo there. Put the head on the ball over the top of the defender.
That'll eventually roll out on the far side. Going by Ortiz. Now Toomey with it. Find Bleem. Bleem was looking for Zana. It up the near side. That shot skied in the air.
Straight up, guys, straight up.
Still being juggled around. Now an added time here in this first half. Nice move.
Tackle.
Good pass to Toomey. Toomey trying to find space. Can't get a shot off. Haddonfield will clear it upfield. Ortiz able to get to it, keep it in play. Ball still in play. Haddonfield now with some space. A nice pass. Cleared out towards Toomey. Toomey working around the Knight logo, and that He is going to do it. For this first half, Haddonfield with a 2-1 lead over the Sterling Knights. We're 40 minutes in. We got 40 minutes left to decide it. Second half action coming up next. It's 2-1 Bulldogs.
Sterling High offers TV and radio classes for electives. Sterling is also fortunate enough to have both TV and radio programs. In these programs, students will learn to design, direct, produce, and edit television and radio broadcasts. Students develop their public speaking, journalism, management, and technical skills by appearing on the Sterling Morning News on Channel 19 and on our radio station, WSHS. Students produce, edit, and deliver school programming, including athletic events, activity, productions, and community events. If a major in communications is in your possible future, Sterling High School offers opportunities not available in most high schools across South Jersey. Make sure you take a TV or radio class elective today.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
I'm going to teach you some safe driving tips for you when you're out on the road. First, you want to turn on your car. Before you go, put on your seatbelt. You want to check your back mirror. Then, you want to check your side mirrors. When exiting out of a parking spot, make sure you check for cars and have your turn signal on. Make sure you come to a slow stop at every stop sign and red light. When you are making a turn, always have your turn signal on to show other drivers where you are going. Now, put your car in park and take out the key to turn off your car.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hitting? Why?
Because, are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? Never called. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. I'm not the first one.
put your IDs on. Brady, headphones. Gotta come out.
No.
Come on, man.
Yo, Brady, you know you're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker. No, I'm okay.
Stop. You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, huh? Yeah.
Where's your ID?
Hey, oh, stop, wait a minute. Put that hood down.
You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
Dude, you trying to win some big money tonight?
Yeah, they don't call me Johnny Wiggles for nothing.
Man, you better not sell me. I had a bad couple of weeks, but I need this money. Let's go win. Have you ever been here before?
Yeah, I have.
Dude, this looks amazing.
Yes, it does.
Welcome to Nightlife Casino. I'm Ricky, your dealer for tonight. We'll be starting shortly.
Let's have a good night.
The game is blackjack.
I'm feeling a little frisky. Let's go 200.
Already, it's the first game. Nah, I'm playing it safe.
Round 1 is over. Sir, we've tied. Sir, you've lost. The next round will start in 10 seconds.
What are you doing?
I'm doing what's right. I'm going all in.
You're nuts. That's all your allowance. That's all your money. You're gonna go bankrupt. Told ya.
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands. There it is!
Moral of the story, always be nice.
Dude, would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't join me for the Fires game! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
Danny Leakin here today with Brian and Connor Warrington. I will be taking over play-by-play. We have a 2-1 score, Haddonfield leading at the half, as we're in for some second half soccer today. Let's look at the first goal of the game. And as we're looking at it here, just a head off of the defender, as it was just a perfect shot right into the corner. And here we have the Sterling team getting ready for the second half, as we're looking at the second goal for the first half.
Nice job by Robbie Tooman to cross that one. In goes right off the head of Bright John, able to tie that one up at 1 apiece.
Here's the last goal. Looks like he cuts inside and just boom, right in the corner off Schmidt's hands.
And we're looking at a beautiful view here of the turf just installed this past year, as Sterling Soccer is playing their first game on it. It looks beautiful today, with the sun beaming a little different from the start of the game, as we're getting a look from the Sterling defense. Travis Schmid locking down in goal. Anthony Ortiz, Dean Collins, and Anthony Garcia in the back there for Sterling's defense. Playing a great game against this very talented Haddonfield offense, as Haddonfield's going to start off with the ball to start the half.
Yeah, Haddonfield, a very aggressive offense. We're about to start the second half, playing very handsy, using their speed, pretty much their full potential, and that's pretty much why they're up on Sterling to start the second half.
Bright John, also a participant of that defense, as Haddonfield starts it off, going straight to the defense.
There's Bright right there.
Chip out of balance from Haddonfield. Looks like Anthony Ortiz is going to take this one and throw it in. Straight to Jason Camardo here as he gets the ball taken away from him right after.
Really important here for Sterling to start dominating their time of possession in these first 5 or 10 minutes, just trying to assert their dominance, show that they're not going to back out of this game. I mean, only a 1-goal lead for Haddonfield.
That ball found Jason Camardo's foot as he is down in the end zone, as he gets helped up by freshman Connor Meaner. Looking like a goal kick for Haddonfield here, as Dyer Roddy is going to take this one, the senior midfielder for Haddonfield, as he boots this one out to center. Right off the leg of Robbie Toomey, straight to Jason Camardo. As Connor Meaner takes it up the right side of the field here. Him and Marcus DeVita battle in the corner for a little bit.
The lines are throwing me off there. I thought a little bit ago that ball was out.
Yeah, it's still a little bit confusing here. Even some of the players are still trying to get used to it.
As this will be a corner kick for Sterling. Robbie Toomey taking this one, as Sterling lines up, bunched up in the middle towards the goal.
Great opportunity here for the Knights.
He's ready to take this one. And just a great grab by Brady Norton. Sterling scoring their first goal off of a corner kick right off of Bright John's head. And this one was just a very simple grab for Brady Norton.
But a good boot by Robbie Toomey, who's done a great job with his accuracy on the corner kicks. He has a line drive type of shot that some of these guys maybe don't have, but he's overall done a great job executing these corner kicks. It's just Sterling just not really being able to capitalize besides the one goal.
Jason Camardo weaving his way through the defenders here. Just misses Quentin Rosano on the cross pass. But it does find Jesus Blanco as he prevents Haddonfield from getting a touch on that ball, trying to move it towards their side as this is a throw-in for Sterling. Robbie Toomey throwing this one in. Robbie Toomey for Sterling taking a lot of these corners and throw-ins has done a phenomenal job with both.
I mean, for him, this is a guy that he can really rely on as he's used to the way Robbie Toomey plays. I mean, got to see some of that last year.
Another great snag by the senior goalkeeper, Brady Norton. Having a great game, just making these textbook plays for his team. And he's having some great kicks towards the middle, such as that one. As Jack Walters, who scored Haddonfield's second goal, weaves past all the defenders, but just gets hit out as that'll be Sterling ball.
It's a nice hustle play there by Collins.
As he makes the simple play and passes it right to Anthony Garcia. Robbie Toomey taking this one up the middle as he tries to find Quentin Rosano. And Quentin Rosano making a great adjustment, gets pushed down a little bit. No call there. As Haddonfield retains possession. Bright John making a very simple defensive play as he moves up to go on offense. And Connor Meaner taking this one in the middle. Robbie Toomey straight to Quentin Rosano. Haddonfield with a great defensive takeaway. As Lucas Bonder tries to weave his way around Quentin Rosano. Doesn't work. And Jesus Blanco with possession, but the Haddonfield defense kicks it away.
Overall, that offensive possession for the Knights, great job by connecting with their passes. Just eventually, Haddonfield able to get there to shut it down.
As Haddonfield's offense take this one up, Michael McCool made the pass, but didn't get through. A great takeaway from Sterling's defense. Just misses Quentin Rosano's foot. As they battle on the far side of the field once again. Anthony Ortiz with a quick boot, just to make it clear. Jason Camardo looking for the play as Haddonfield resets their offense. And a cross from Haddonfield, but an amazing save from Travis Schmid there, as it looked like a defensive breakdown, but Travis Schmid making a great adjustment.
Yeah, one of the few times we've seen in the second half to this point where Haddonfield has been able to zoom by this Sterling defense and a pretty wide open chance for Haddonfield to take a 2-goal lead. But a nice job by Travis Schmid to come out of net and block that shot and to keep this a 1-goal game.
That was a phenomenal save, guys. I mean, that is not an easy save to make. It's a lot of net. And Travis is just one guy as he makes a beautiful jump save for Sterling. That's the corner kick for Haddonfield.
I mean, that save there is big because here with 5 minutes into the second half, a goal right there would put it 3-1, meaning Sterling would have to change their entire play game here.
Going a little bit, still a little less aggressive as Connor Meaner is the only attacker really pushing up on the Haddonfield defense as Jason Camardo and Quentin Rosano both stayed back a little bit.
Great play by Bright John.
I think right now Sterling just trying to feel out Haddonfield's second half adjustments right now. They seem to be doing so quite effectively. It just comes out to trying to get that open space and trying to get some shots on goal.
Hit off of a Haddonfield defender there, but found the foot of Connor Meaner as it's blocked by the Haddonfield defender. His shot. Jason Camardo trying to work with the ball here as he's getting guarded by 2 defenders. Hits off of Lucas Bonder, the sophomore midfielder, and that will be Sterling ball. As Robbie Toomey takes this throw in, as he's done every single time for Sterling. And as the players get lined up. A little bunched towards the net, still 3 defenders back, but most of the attackers are near the net as he throws it in. Bobbled around and sailed out by the Haddonfield defense.
Sterling just kind of looked frozen up right there. I mean, really couldn't get an extra pass in. That could have led them to a goal, but Haddonfield just able to clear it away pretty easily.
That pass hit off the foot of Jason Camardo, which will be Haddonfield's ball. But Jason quickly gets that back as Bright knocks it for Quentin Rosano there. But then retained by Haddonfield as there is a push for Haddonfield and a great save by Travis Schmid, making sure that one doesn't go in. What a phenomenal save from Travis Schmid, making sure that this Sterling defense doesn't let up any other points. Maybe a bit of a momentum switch there for the Sterling Knights.
Nice diving stop by Travis Schmid. I mean, we're kind of used to seeing that from him. He's made a couple nice highlight reel ESPN top 10 like saves. He's just been very exceptional.
As Haddonfield's offense pushes up again, Jack Walters leading the charge for the second time in a row. And here, we're going to take another replay at the save here. Just a phenomenal pass to Jack Walters. Trav very out in front of his net, but makes a phenomenal diving save. And as Brian said, an ESPN top 10 save.
But I mean, also a nice job by the Bulldogs to, again, just get by that whole Sterling defense right there. And I mean, at some point, you can't keep relying on that. You can't always have to rely on your goalie to keep your possessions just one goal. So I think Sterling's just going to have to maybe stay back a little bit. They still have plenty of time, about 31 minutes. You just can't keep getting too far up the field to the point where the offense for Haddonfield just gets by them quickly.
Yeah, these halves are 40-minute halves, a little different from professional soccer, where they are normally 45 minutes with extra time. Normally. As that ball is hit off of the Sterling defender, Jesus Blanco, should be Haddonfield ball. Looks like Marcus DeVita, the senior defender for Haddonfield, is going to take this ball and throw it in here. As Jason Camardo finds the ball, pushes up the field, looking for Connor Maynard, trying to lead him with the ball, but doesn't get there as the freshman Connor Maynard runs as fast as he can to try and get that ball. That kid is a speedster. Great little poke by Max Bleen just to keep the ball in front of him. As a great pass to Quentin Rosano. Straight to Jesus Blanco. He gets the ball stripped from him by the Haddonfield defense. Looking for another Haddonfield push. They've had two pretty successful long ball pushes as they're looking for another one here. A ball straight to Jack Walters, but gets stripped by the Sterling defense. Not going to work for a third time now.
As you said, Dan, sorry, but as you said in the last half, Sterling usually working their offense toward the middle of the field, and it seems to be they're continuing that to start the second half.
And another lead pass from Haddonfield. It looks like they're kind of running, I'm going to use a football term, or a running gun offense. I mean, they are really just sending their players right up the field and open for the best and trying to lob it down there. But it's been working for them. They've been tearing the Sterling defense apart.
A lot of multi-sport terminologies you're using there, Dan.
Thank you.
And also, I want to give a shout out to Dan. This is his play-by-play debut for Sterling Channel 19.
Thank you, Brian. I do appreciate it. I'm a little nervous, but I'm hoping for the best for the remaining year and the next year to come.
It happens.
As the ball finds Connor Maynard on the run there. He kind of loses it for a sec there. But the ball gets back to Jason Camardo as it just deflects off of him and goes to Lucas Bond. So that's off. Looks like a Sterling throw-in here. Robbie Toomey taking this one as usual. Still bunching up a little bit towards the net there. Looking like the common theme for Sterling with these throw-ins. As Robbie throws this one in. A great throw, looking for Quentin Rosano. Doesn't get to him and gets lobbed towards Anthony Garcia. As he makes a nice head play towards Dean Collins. And Max Bleen with a good pass, but just couldn't find who he wanted. Anthony Garcia straight to Robbie Toomey. Goes to Jesus Blanco. Jesus Blanco with a great defensive play to keep possession. And the ball finds Robbie Toomey. Straight to Quentin Rosano, making sure he keeps that ball in on the far side there. As he finds the goalie. Brady Norton with another great collection. As he kicks this one away. Brady's kicks have been phenomenal up to this point. But that one finds Max Bleen, and Max Bleen finds Jason. Jason weaving his way through the defenders, gets a shot on net, but a nice diving save from Brady Norton.
It's a nice shot from Jason, as here it is. He's going up the field, a little bit of contact, pushes through it. Nice left-footed shot, and nice save by the goalie.
Nice job to weave through some of those Bulldog defenders. I think that might be the... Is that their first shot on goal in the second half?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, obviously, besides the corner kicks, of course.
Yeah. As Dean Collins throws that one straight to Quentin Rosano, who's surrounded by 3 defenders immediately. As the Bulldogs look to push again, but definitely a great clearance from Anthony Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz doing a great job just getting back on defense. A couple nice clears he's had today.
Like number 5, Marcus DeVita threw that one in as the ball gets popped up in the air. Looking for Connor Meter there. Doesn't get him. Jason Camardo, though, finds his... And there we go to Quentin Rosano as they push up. Ball just a little too hard for Quentin to catch up on. That's a great play from the Haddonfield defense as we're going to look at the replay here. Just a little too hard to find Quentin, a little behind him.
Yeah, Camardo going up the sideline. Just great pass on the ground to Rosano, and good opportunity for Sterling here.
As Robbie Toomey, again, throwing this ball in for Sterling.
That was a big opportunity there for the Knights. One of the only times they've really had space to work offensively.
As the ball gets headed up, Quentin falls to the ground. Still bouncing around like a little pinball.
Oh, that looks like a foul.
Jason Camardo hits it into a defender as Jesus Blanco takes it, shoots. And a great save by the goalie, Brady Norton.
I actually believe they're going to call this a corner, saying he was on the out-of-bounds line.
And I believe you are correct, Connor.
Oh, yeah, you can tell.
That's a great call.
Never had control of it.
And a far side corner from, you guessed it, Robbie Toomey, the senior.
I was a little surprised.
Team.
I was a little surprised there to see a no call. It looks like Camardo was shoved.
Ooh, and right over the net as Sterling is awarded another corner kick, making sure, Haddonfield making sure that that ball doesn't get anywhere near Sterling.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you, Connor. I was surprised on that last play. No call was made. I mean, obviously these refs are letting them play, but I think at one point you got to call one of those. I mean, they're pretty blatant in my opinion.
And that ball finds Brady Norton right in his hands as he's going to take it up the field and look for a kick. She skies it up in the air.
That's going to be a tough one to keep in.
And he skies that one out of bounds. It's Dean Collins. He's going to throw this one in here for Sterling. So he throws the ball in here. Finds Connor Meter going up against a big size difference for Connor, but he has that speed advantage as it hits right off of the defender. A great play by Connor, making sure, awarding Sterling that corner kick.
A lot of corners in the second half for Sterling so far. They need to capitalize on one of these.
As Robbie Toomey again is taking this one. Looking for a score here. As the corner goes. Just a little too hard, out of the reach of every Sterling player. As Jason Camardo keeps that one in, that'll be a throw-in from the side.
Great hustle play by Camardo.
I think eventually Sterling's going to have to capitalize on one of these corners. They've had a lot more in this half than they did in the first. I don't remember exactly how many they had, but I think it was about 3, and it seems like so far they've had more than that here. Plenty of opportunities to score, but besides the one goal that was off the head of Bright John, they just really haven't gotten too much going offensively.
They've had plenty of these throw-ins and corner kicks. There's another one here. A great catch by the senior goalkeeper, Brady Norton, as Anthony Ortiz tries to make a flying play as we're going to watch the replay here. A great throw from Robbie Toomey. Put it exactly where Sterling wanted it, but just a better catch from Brady Norton.
Looks like a little bit of contact there at the net between Ortiz and Norton.
And you could have said he caught that for the touchdown. I mean, a nice jumping grab by the senior goalkeeper, Norton, to prevent this game from getting tied.
So there's a whistle here It's looking like Haddonfield's ball right at the center.
Slowly approaching the midway point of this second half.
As there are two subs here, as we're gonna have a promo. Follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19, where you can catch all the live reports about all the games and everything going on at the castle.
Probably have to give us some information to Kay. Might have to update that promo a little bit.
It should be X. And for everyone wondering, there are two new subs in for Sterling. Number 6, Wesley Reich, and number 12, Brett Bellows.
Shoot.
Yeah, quick. As that Sterling ball, looking like Anthony Ortiz is going to throw this one in. A quick throw into Jason Camardo. Been the real facilitator of this offense in the second half. As that's knocked away from Haddonfield's defense. Max Bloom gets that one, but turns it over to the Haddonfield midfield.
I think just the pace of this second half going, if I'm Sterling, I do not want to allow a Haddonfield goal because their pace of their offense has been very slow in this second half, just trying to be very patient and hopefully tie this game up. A 2-goal lead for Haddonfield would be a huge disadvantage for Sterling.
I think that's Sterling ball after the whistle. Looks like Anthony Ortiz is going to kick this one into Sterling's zone.
I haven't seen many of these kicks so far today. As we were saying, the refs allowing them to play a lot more than usual.
This ball placed at around the 44-yard mark of the turf field as Anthony skies this one straight into Sterling territory as Dean Collins hits that one right off his chest. And Haddonfield looking for a bit of a push here, but Anthony Garcia put a quick stop to that. Anthony Garcia hitting it straight to the Haddonfield midfield. Sam Carlson playing that one on a hop. And as Sterling takes a push up here with Jason Camardo, tries to find Brett Bellows, doesn't get there, but Wesley Reich flying in on the right side. I don't think the Haddonfield defender noticed him, but regardless, played that beautifully. But passes straight to Robbie Toomey, trying to find Wesley Reich again. Doesn't get there, and that ball is skied out of bounds.
Haddonfield using their speed to their advantage, able to get back on the ball very quickly, prevent any space developing for this Sterling offense.
And a failed pass for Jason Camardo there. Doesn't really work out there as Haddonfield is going to get possession.
I wouldn't be surprised here with just about 20 minutes to go in this one if Haddonfield drops some extra defenders back and try to keep this a one-goal lead here.
Dare Roddy, the senior midfielder, looking to throw this one in. And Haddonfield takes possession as they try to send it deep. Anthony Ortiz playing that one on a hop, just clears it out. Straight to Michael McCool. Michael McCool weaving his way into Sterling's territory as he finds Sam Carlson. Michael McCool gets the ball back and tries to put it right between Jason's legs, but Jason said, "I'm not having that." And takes it back as Sterling advances up the field. As he finds Brett Bellows straight on a streak, Brett shoots. Just wide, Wesley Reich scores for the Sterling Knights, the freshman, putting it in the back of the net, and that is a 2-2 game for the Sterling Knights.
I mean, that's a beautiful play by Brett Bellows, taking him up the side, and a great pass to Wesley Reich. Here it is here, Brett, just a beautiful ball, and right place, right time for Wesley right there.
I guess you could say the senior passing the torch to the freshman there, as this is a 2-2 ball game.
What a setup there by the Sterling offense. Just when you thought they were playing it slow, they come in flying past this Bulldogs defense. A great job by Bellows, a beautiful pass to Wesley Reich, who's able to capitalize and tie this one up.
And it almost feels like all momentum has just switched into Sterling's favor here.
That was a huge play by the freshman, able to knock that one in, as we're going to get a sky view of that goal. Just a phenomenal pass from Brett Bellows, finding Wesley Reich on the other side as Anthony Ortiz throws this one in. A little bit past the halfway mark here for this ball game. I'm your play-by-play announcer, but a former color, Daniel Leakin. Alongside me is Brian McLernan and Connor Warrington. And, you know, starting a gloomy game, but it has brightened up a little bit out here.
Yeah, for sure. You could say the offense for the Knights has brightened up as well. Seem to be playing with a lot of a more intense pace.
And here's the goal again as Brett Bellows gets that ball perfectly onside, passes it straight to Wesley. It's a very simple play for Wesley, and the goalie Brady Norton didn't have much of a choice. As Robbie Toomey takes this one up, finds Wesley Reich again. Just scored for Sterling as he tries to find Brett Bellows. Doesn't work. A great collection from Brady Norton.
Try to give it right back there to Brett.
He skies it and tries to find Sam Carlson as Bright makes the play. And it does find Sam Carlson as he tries to knock it forward for Lucas Bonner.
Kind of wish we had the lipstick cam in here to see our reactions to that Sterling goal. Headset almost flew off my head. Dan was jumping up in the air.
All 6 arms went in the air at in this booth, and Schulze to the right of us got pretty excited too. That is deflected off of the Haddonfield defender. Takes a stumble to the ground, finds Jesus Blanco as he tries to find Brett Bellows. Doesn't get there. That's great defense from Dararati.
I also wanted to give a shout out to Schulz, who did a great job with the sideline reporting on Friday night's football game.
Definitely a big shout out to Sterling Channel 19 with a great halftime show reviewing the game. I was not there. I was playing in the band, but I watched it after, and everyone did great.
You did a great job, Dan, doing the alligator as usual.
Thank you.
And I have a question. What's the leaking? Because that is something I was very curious about. Because that's what I thought I heard you say.
Yeah. So the Leakin, my name is Daniel Leakin. Leakin's my last name, and it's just a move I made up because I had nothing else to do, and I wanted to do it, so I just made a move and named it my name. That's the story there. But we're gonna have a kick from Haddonfield here, right around the 40-yard mark. Haddonfield skies it right in the middle. Trying to get it in there, but just doesn't. And a great header from the man who scored the first goal, Hoover, as Travis Schmidt makes a great collection. Skies it right in the middle. Great boot. But just hits off of Haddonfield defender Marcus DeVito. Great clearance. Max Boone.
It's about 15 minutes or so left in the second half as this game's going down to the wire. Definitely a new look, definitely a new ball game here after Sterling was trailing at 2-1 entering the half.
100% as Marcus DeVita throws this one in. Gets off the head of Robbie Toomey as Wesley Wright tries to make an attempt on the ball. Haddonfield defender making sure he doesn't get to do that. 25 Max Barson being that defender. It's a great play from Anthony Garcia. As Sterling saying that is in their direction, and the refs agree.
Looks like a little bit of jersey pull in there as well from number 9 on Garcia there.
And we're going to have a quick promo. Find us on Facebook on Sterling Channel 19 as we're going to have all the live news and updates. Find us there. There will be Castle Connections and even highlights of the games. It's Anthony Garcia with the throw-in. Or excuse me, Anthony Ortiz. Trying to find Ethan Wetzel. It's Anthony Ortiz has another opportunity.
Oh, it's me?
And for the third straight time, Anthony Ortiz will have another ball.
Also wanted to remind everyone, Sterling has not had the lead in this game at all.
It has either been tied or they have been down. As that ball finds Brady Norton. He's been pretty active this game. A quick throw in. Got it straight over to Marcus DeVito. As Max Mead plays this ball off his head between two defenders. As Michael McCool takes it. Fights a little bit with the defender. And Jason Camardo gets the foul for that one. Sterling a little unhappy with that call. Marcus DeVito looking like he's going to take this one. Or excuse me, he is not going to. It's Dare Roddy.
Yeah, Dan, I kind of agree with Sterling on that one. I don't think that was the right call to make there.
It's definitely a bit of a chippy game. I think the refs are locking down just a little bit on some of these calls. They've been a little bit more lenient, but I think we've seen a little bit more. As Haddonfield has a chance, just hits it wide.
Looked like both boys were tangled up on that foul call that led to that.
As that'll be a goal kick for Sterling. Looks like Anthony Ortiz will be taking it. Trying to get this into Haddonfield territory. Starting the game a little gloomy, but it is sunshine now. Had a nice little crisp 70 degrees out here. A perfect day for some soccer, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, it was a little dark with mostly clouds out, but it seems like as the second half has come on by, the sun has started to come out. Kind of seems like the sun started to come out as the Sterling offense has started to come out as well.
Jack Walters battles with Brett Bellows for that one. But Haddonfield still retains. Michael McCool tries to get it into the Sterling territory as that gets hit to Maynard Reyes.
And you can feel the energy here. Just as it's getting closer towards the end, everyone's picking up the intensity a little bit, starting to talk a little more. Each team just looking for that next goal.
Brett Bellows pressures the goalie there.
It was a great job by Bellows to get up there quick enough. And obviously, even though it didn't really have much in effect, even that added pressure of the goalie trying to get to it as quick as he can definitely force a mistake. You just never know.
That's a big play right there by Travis Schmidt, coming off his line and come grab that before any trouble could happen.
Yeah, Haddonfield trying to push it deep there, but Travis Schmidt made a phenomenal play. He's been a real X-factor for Sterling this game, making a couple phenomenal saves at the start of the half, making sure that didn't separate from a 1-2 game, now it being a 2-2 game.
Yeah, he's definitely locked down a lot more in this second half. I mean, obviously the 2 goals for Haddonfield is not something you'd like to see if you're Schmidt, but he still had a very good game. I mean, both shots for Haddonfield, just really nothing that he could have done there on either goal.
Looking like the Philadelphia Union's Andre Blake out there. So there's a whistle. As they get Haddonfield for the push. Number 21, Connor Mean.
Honestly, not surprised that you made a Philadelphia Union reference.
Our replay man, our phenomenal replay man, Connor Strauss, a season ticket holder for the Philadelphia Union. Their next game is on Saturday against LA Galaxy.
Isn't former Channel 19 announcer Johnny Wiggles?
He is also a Sterling, or not a Sterling, excuse me, a Union season ticket. So Anthony Garcia skies this one in. Hits the goalie right in the hands. Brady Norton with another catch.
I'm a little surprised Dan hasn't made an Eagles reference yet.
Different sport, Connor.
But I mean, we are on the football field, so.
We are indeed.
Obviously, the Eagles play next Monday against the Bucks in Tampa Bay.
2 unbeaten teams go at it.
Hopefully, we can do some work against Baker Mayfield.
Brady Norton has had almost as many catches as Puka Nacua, who has been a
my king. Puka Nacua. That's actually Matthew Strader's king, as he is a LA Rams fan.
And you can find Sterling Channel 19 on YouTube as well. Unbelievable. You can find us at so many places at Sterling Channel 19 on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon if you want to watch some highlights and some news for Sterling.
You can also find commercials like that Johnny Wiggles drive safely commercial.
Or the Brian McLernan commercial.
The Depression one?
The Depression commercial.
Or you could find our Home Alone parody commercial that we did together.
Oh, man. That parody was a lot of fun to make.
That was an Emmy-nominated commercial. Obviously directed by our one and only Ben Nicholas.
We love you, Ben.
He's out there in the birdcage.
Haddonfield takes this one. Jack Walters starting this one in. Scored a goal earlier in the game. Haddonfield's second goal. This is great defense from Sterling here. Bright John making a good play and just hitting that one out, making sure nothing happened.
With about just under 10 minutes to go here, it's really turned into an aggressive game, and both teams running fast-paced offenses. Let's see what happens.
Marcus DeVita, the senior defender, looks to throw this one in. He throws that one right in the middle. Got a head on it was Anthony Ortiz. And a great defensive play by Dean Collins as Wesley Reich, who scored the second goal for Sterling, advancing up in the midfield, has Connor Meaner on his other side, but just hits it straight to the Haddonfield defender. So he really didn't have much to work with there.
I think Wright got a little too overeager as he saw Brett Bellows coming in. I think he would have waited maybe a second or two. He would have had that passing lane develop and maybe give Sterling the lead as Brett Bellows could have possibly scored it.
As Jason Camardo tries to fire one on net, but just goes right past him. As Brady Norton has been pretty locked down this entire game for Haddonfield Bulldogs. As we're going to take another look at it here, Jason Camardo just around in the middle, just tries to fire one on net, but doesn't get there. It is still a 2-2 game with about 7 minutes unofficially to go. As Brady Norton fires this one in the middle, but it finds Maynard Reyes. As Wesley Wright takes this ball to around the 20-yard mark, but hit off by the Haddonfield defender, Michael McCool.
And this is big here for Sterling, getting it down toward the goal, just trying to keep offensive momentum, trying to keep it on this side as long as possible as time starts to tick down. I think if Sterling can get a goal within these next few minutes and just try and lock it down for the last couple, they can secure this win.
As Robbie Toomey is going to throw this ball in here.
I'm going to use a football reference here. They're in the red zone.
In the red zone, yeah. Oh, and that's headed in by Sterling! What a phenomenal play by Jason Camardo, knocking that one in, and it is a 3-2 game with 6 minutes left on the clock.
Sterling's first lead of the game. They capitalized just like they needed to. A great header by Jason Camardo.
Just a pinball moment, but Jason Camardo found the ball and knocked it in the back of the net. What a phenomenal play by Sterling, and it is now a 3-2 game with 6 minutes left. Sterling takes their first lead of the game.
I mean, and now they have their goal, as I was saying. Now it's time to play some lockdown defense. As I was talking about, just can't let these Bulldogs get by them as they were earlier in this half.
You can see how Sterling has dropped back a lot more players.
Wesley Wright is the attacker up front. As we're going to take another look at this replay here. Pinball's off of a Haddonfield defender. It looks like Darren Roddy. And Jason Camardo just gets above the other one. Just knocks it in right in the back of the net. What a great play by Jason Camardo, making sure he got up to that ball. And we're going to look at this from the drone view. Mr. K's favorite little toy as it hits off the Haddonfield defender. Lands perfectly in Jason's toolbox, excuse me. Behind two words there. Yes, and that's a great collection by Brady Norton as he rolls it straight to the Haddonfield midfield. He can do it again. So we're back here in the midfield. Max Lean kicking that one away. Jason Camardo looking for Wesley Reich. Wesley just wasn't turning the correct way as this gets skied into the Haddonfield attack. Straight to Lucas Bonder. time is unofficial, but it's close. Around 4 minutes left to play. As that ball gets hit out, Anthony Ortiz looking to throw this one in for Sterling.
If you're Sterling here, you just want to have to pin it in the corners and chase it.
Yeah, but honestly, again, Sterling, don't rush anything. Just try and keep the ball in your hands as much as you can. Just try and stay patient. And of course, obviously, don't get anyone to get by you. Just stay on the ball, stay back if you have to. Offense is not a priority here.
That ball flying, Sam Carlson.
Yeah, I'm a big football guy, and right now they're in the attack mode of just running the clock out and basically not using timeouts for the other team, but making them have to work against you.
Pretty much just play keep away.
Yes.
Connor Meaner playing midfield here, tries to find Wesley Reich, but just doesn't get it. Sterling has done a great job of drilling the clock this game. They haven't really tried to push for much, so I think trying to drill the clock here wouldn't be much of a problem for Sterling.
I think Maynard, though, a little frustrated with himself as he cleared it out of bounds. I think he was looking for a passing lane upfield, just trying to keep Sterling with it, but hopefully Sterling can bounce back and just keep possession here.
Pinball headers for Haddonfield as Lean kicks it out. Unofficially around the 2 minutes and 30-second mark. As a great slide by Anthony Garcia, making sure they don't advance. As that ball is advanced up to Wesley Reich, who scored the second goal for Sterling. As they are pointing in the Sterling direction.
Looks like Sterling's going to keep it.
That's a big play to get it out of bounds. Just now take your time. Again, no need to rush anything.
If you look at the Haddonfield sideline, the coach clearly did not agree with that call.
As Quentin Rosano is subbing in for Jason Camardo, who scored the third goal for Sterling to put them ahead 3-2.
Right now, about 2 minutes left unofficially.
As Coach Behringer over there embraces Jason for his phenomenal goal. The basketball coach. Hopefully they're looking to do big things this year. Bless you, Brian.
Why, thank you, Dan. Allergies are kicking my butt today, man. I gotta go take some Claritin when I get home.
The lifesaver. As that is skied up. And Wesley Wright bumps into the Haddonfield defender, Dare Roddy. As he is laying on the ground there, as our trainer Sean Klink comes to check him out.
And we'll get there's a yellow card out there for Wesley Reich.
As he immediately gets subbed out after that card.
I don't think he did it intentionally, but I see why they...
Yeah, you still got to award him the card as he gets subbed out for Brett Bellows, who gave him that phenomenal pass on that goal. As we're going to take a second look at this replay. Yeah, he just knocks over the defender there as Sean Klink is checking him out.
It took a pretty hard, nasty fall at the end of it.
Yeah, it looks like the replay here. Oh yeah, just got him right between the hamstring. Pretty uncomfortable feeling for him.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
And our next TV game will be Wednesday, September 12th. That'll be Thursday, September 20th. Wednesday, September 20th. Soccer, 4 p.m. Sterling versus Wet Zephyr. You can find that live on Channel 19 or on YouTube at youtube.com/SterlingTV19.
And that's going to be a tough one for the Knights. It's a 4-0 West Denver team as of right now, going against hopefully the 3-2 Knights after this.
As we're going to take a look at the Colonial Liberty Conference, the West Denver Eagles are 4-0. The Haddon Heights Garnets are 2-1. Haddonfield is 2-3. Sterling is 2-2. Haddon Township is 1-2. And Collingswood is 1-3. So Sterling hoping to pull away this one, making their record 3-2. As Dare Roddy gets up, been a huge part of this Haddonfield Bulldogs team. He's been making a lot of plays on the defensive side of things. And he's been making a lot of plays for the throw-ins. So let's hope he's all right.
Yeah, I mean, not a good sign. Not even really able to put any weight on that right leg. Hopefully not the worst case scenario for him, but so far. Just seeing him not be able to put really any weight on it might not be a good sign for him.
As Jason Camardo is actually coming back into this game.
Roddy's
subbing out Brett Bellows.
Roddy's actually going to be in his senior year at Haddonfield as well, so
let's hope he can make a speedy recovery. We're wishing the best for Roddy. Wesley Reich was recorded a yellow card for that hit. Was subbed out immediately for Brett Bellows, and then Brett Bellows was subbed out immediately after for Jason Camardo. There's about 2 minutes left in this game unofficially. Pretty close to the time.
Just remember our clock is not official, so just making a lot of rough estimates here as we say how much time is left.
Unofficially 2 minutes left. As the sun is beaming a little bit more on the field here as that ball is pushed up for Jason Camardo, who did score the third goal for the Sterling Knights as they push and shove a little bit in the Sterling end zone as Jason Camardo takes that to the corner, trying to play some ball protect. Gets hit up a little bit.
I do not know how that's not a card. That is clearly intentional.
I mean, he's clearly trying to push him out. I don't see how you can't.
Both arms are extended right into Camardo's back, and
we're gonna get a better view here. We can't get a good view from the broadcast booth. So yeah, that's a bit of a push there. But regardless, Sterling gets that ball back as they play a little bit protect in the corner, trying to either draw a foul or waste time as they tackle Robbie Toomey.
And again, no call.
But Haddonfield hits that one out. Unofficially, a minute left.
I mean, a good job, though, by Sterling to keep their cool, because obviously Haddonfield trying to up the aggression here as they're trying to get a nice takeaway, but
Haddonfield's trying to get chippy here, trying to make Sterling make a mistake that could potentially cost them not just this game, next game, if someone is to get a card here.
So we're showing the ball boy there, Jeremy Clark, brother of play-by-play announcer Jake Clark, who's in here pretty frequently.
Haddonfield up in the intensity here.
As the ball was off of Sterling, but Haddonfield really trying to press the gas a little bit and put it into gear.
Less than a minute left.
As Jesus Blanco, unofficially less than a minute left. As Sam Carlson tries to head that one out, but it's out on Haddonfield, and that is Sterling ball.
Unofficially here in extra time. Unofficially, of course.
And that is the game, folks. Sterling takes this one 3-2. What a phenomenal game played by both sides. Sterling getting pretty hyped up by the bench there. And just a phenomenal game. The score being 3-2. The goals coming from Wesley Reich, Jason Camardo, and Bright John. A great game from Sterling. And we're gonna look at the replay here for Jason.
Just a throw into the box, bounced around, and Camardo over the defender with a beautiful head into the net. And that's going to be the game winner.
Sterling prevails. As we're going to take another look at this goal here.
Starts by a beautiful throw from Toomey.
We're looking at Jason Camardo's goal here as we're going to take a break to the post show with Mr. Schulz on the sideline, and we're going to be back in a jiffy.
Yeah, you guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
Wait, you haven't heard the rumors?
About the hallway predator? Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro. Yeah.
I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scary. Who even is this dude?
don't linger in the hallways.
Look at this door. He can't open the locker. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better. Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey man, are you okay? No man, this dude keeps bullying me.
Here, try this out.
What is it?
This is stopper. You can report people that bully you.
Thank you, man.
Hey dude, you ready for this test?
Yeah, man, I spent all night studying on my computer.
Alright guys, the test is in your laptop.
Alright, let's do this. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to charge my computer.
Yo, do you have a charger?
Nah, sorry, dude.
Bullying, no matter the circumstances, someone will always be there for you.
Over 160,000 kids refuse to go to school each day in fear of being bullied.
Stop bullying and be united.
Watch where you're going, big dog.
All right, everybody, it's time to put the phones away as we get started for class today. AJ, I told you to get off the phone.
Okay, I'll put it away.
Gosh.
Yo, you should put your phone away. You can get sent down to the principal's office and get it taken.
AJ, how many times I have to tell you stay off your phone? Get down to the vice principal's office.
And welcome back to Sterling after a 3-2 victorious win over the Haddonfield Bulldogs. And now we're going to have a little post-game conference with Schulz and company. Schulz, we're going to send it down to you.
Okay, and we're back here for our post-game show talking to Rob Toomey. Boy, Rob, you have to really like what you guys did as a team today, especially being down 2-0. Talk about what happened out there and coming back.
I think some players really stepped up. Everybody chipped in, did their part in midfield, really showed their technicability, how good they really are. And I think it's a big confidence boost for next game on Thursday.
And was it the younger players that you felt like stepped up and really catapulted to having more confidence in this game?
Yeah, like Wesley Wright had a goal, brought us back into it. And then from there, everybody really chipped in, did their part, and kept together, and saw the game through.
What did you think turned the game around?
Just character and people. I think everybody has strong character, didn't give up, and just followed through.
Well, it definitely happened today, and best of luck, Rob. Thanks for coming on with us. Okay, you're welcome. Who's next? The game winner, Jason Camardo. First off, boy, you guys in that second half really played with a lot of confidence. Was it that goal that helped you build on things, the first goal initially?
Yeah, I think definitely it was that goal, and at halftime, Coach Molly was telling us like we still in the game and stuff, and we just all agreed, and we're like, yeah, we could really win this, and we knew we could win it, so we just went out there and played harder.
Yeah, you definitely took it to them. You were getting more attack time. Walk us through your goal, the game winner.
I was looking for a rebound or a ricochet, which happened. So I was just waiting the back line. I knew I could get up there and head it in, so that's what I did. I just finished it, thankfully.
Is that a big part of what you guys need to do? Because in that Heights game, they scored earlier, and you couldn't finish as a team. Is attacking the net like you did, is that a big thing you guys have to carry on from here?
Definitely, yeah. We always have to crush the net, get shots up. So if we keep doing that, we should hopefully put some balls in the back of the net.
Yeah, sounds good. So, and you have, West Stepford coming up?
Yes, sir.
Well, best of luck in that game, Jason. Thanks for coming on with us. Congrats on the game winner. Okay. Yep. And we have Max Bleem on the back end there. Wow, they were putting pressure early on. What did you guys do as a defender? What were some of the things you guys did to nullify them as the game wore on?
So we knew we had to limit the throw-ins and the restart opportunities. So most of the time we were just trying to get the ball out and up the field as much as possible instead of giving them the throw-ins and giving them the free kicks. So basically our goal was to get it through the middle of the field and get it up. Yeah.
Now the interesting thing is, a lot of times people talk about when you played Haddonfield, they have the turf, we have the grass. Well, today it's switched over. Do you feel like the turf is an advantage, disadvantage for your team with the style you guys play?
I think we play good on the turf. I think we play good on our field too. Our field brings a lot of advantages, especially against a team like Haddonfield who normally plays on turf. But I think we came out fast and we came out hard today compared to like Heights game, and we just gave it to them on our turf and didn't let them win. So,
what were some of the things you saw in front of you? We talked about your team attacking more and getting the goals. You're like the quarterback back there. You see everything. What did you see from an offensive standpoint from your view?
I think I saw a lot more runs coming from the strikers today. A lot of times strikers will stand in posted up in one spot. They were moving back and forth a lot today, making runs, and we were just a lot more aggressive on the goal than we were past couple games. So that was good to see.
The last thing I'll ask you, and we're going to have him on here, talk about a difference maker in Travis Schmidt, what he was able to do with the saves. How'd that pick you guys up?
I love that guy. He saved us coming right out the half. They had 2 breakaway opportunities, came out, saved both shots. He's playing a really good game. I mean, holding Haddonfield to not many goals is really good, especially on this kind of field.
So. Yeah, Max, thanks for coming on with us. Congrats. Best of luck the rest of the way, pal. The stopper right there.
How we doing?
Boy, I'll tell you, your first career soccer interview, a veteran of many basketball interviews. So you're an old pro at this. They're up 2-0. Did you feel like you had to make a play, or talk about what happened in making some of those saves? Did you feel like you had to pick up your team?
Yeah, I know, especially as a goalie, you can never be in your own head because at the end of the day, you're the one that's got to stop the shot. So if I'm in my head stressing over a shot that's coming at me, the chances of me making the save are slim. The goalie trainer, Mike Sowers, always says, if you play like clear-minded, you're going to make saves, and that's exactly what happened in that second half with stopping those 2 breakaways. I didn't think, I didn't react to anything. All I did was just make the save.
So you're saying a big part of it was the mental part of the game. Obviously, you were the goalie last year. Is that a big area when you look at improvement from one year to the next? Is that an area where you feel like you've really improved on this year?
Yeah, I feel like especially after last year, that deep playoff run made me like so mentally tough that this year when we went down, it was like, all right, like we're never out of a game, especially versus a good team like Haddonfield too. I just knew I just had to stay sharp mentally, more so than just sharp on the field, and I just make the saves that I had to make.
And that had to pump you up, but also seeing your team finally get on the board, getting some offensive pressure, because as we talked to them, you had some games where you weren't able to score goals. Talk about how pumped up you were after seeing a couple of those goals.
Oh yeah, especially after making some of the saves, like seeing them score, I was fired up. The adrenaline was pumping too at the end of the game too, so I knew we got that corner, the play that we ran, I knew that we were going to get some magic to happen there, and Jay got his head right on it.
Well, good job, Trav. Congrats on the win, and best of luck the rest of the way, pal. Okay, we'll see.
You guys don't have to wait.
Coach Marley's, boy, you got to be real proud of a young team, especially with the way this game transpired. Talk about what your team was able to do today.
I think proud is a perfect word. This was a typical Colonial Conference game. It was a typical Sterling versus Haddonfield game. They're all played this way. I think it's one of the reasons why we have a lot of success in the playoffs, because we're tested in games like this. And to trail against a really good team, organized, well coached, and to be able to continue to just go through the process and fight back twice. We were down 1-0, we tied it, down 2-1, tied it, and then to get the game winner at the end was great. For a young team, it just shows growth.
And that's what I was going to just go to next. Is this a real, obviously you've got some veterans out there. Talk about winning a game like this and how this affects the mindset of your younger guys moving forward.
Yeah, it certainly does that. We spoke in a pregame meeting about believing that we're good, but then also proving it. It's one thing to see what we do in training and kind of have an idea of what we think we can be, but we haven't proven it yet this year. And today was a day where we proved it, and then ultimately we believe that will lead to continued success.
No doubt, and we can't let you leave without talking about. We talked to the kids about. We talked to him about the impact of what Travis Schmidt was able to do with the 2 big saves. How did that affect your team?
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't make those saves, there's no comeback. They probably run away with it. And that's what we ask our goalie to do. It's a high pressure position where the ball goes in the back of the net. Everybody looks at you, points fingers, so on and so forth. That's just the nature of the position. And we needed Travis twice there in the second half, and he made 2 nice saves.
Yeah, Coach, thanks for coming along with us. Congrats on a big win, and we'll see you against West Deptford.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. And we'll take it back up to you guys up top.
That is it for today's broadcast. After a 3-2
Sterling
win in our next TV game.
I know you have a game. I go day to day.
Our next TV game is Wednesday, September 20th, soccer at 4 p.m. Sterling versus West Deptford. Live on Channel 19 and live on YouTube at youtubesterling.com/Sterling Channel 19. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, as we look at Sterling. A 3-2 win for the Sterling Knights. I'm Danny Leakin. I'm joined with Brian McLernan and Connor Warrington. That is it for today, and as always, go Knights.
Go Knights!